Hello, thank you for joining me for today's Library Ed Tech PD, Rockin Research. We're going to talk about some different resources that are available to our district and provide trusted resources for you to get started with your kids and a quick citation trick. This slide deck will be available on the resource page where I share PD, which I'll show you where you can find that too at the end. So where to start? Ideally, when you're doing research, ideally you want to start with books. Now, it used to be really firm that books were trusted resources, but now with independent authors, there's all kinds of books that could be out there. So ideally, books that are in your library where a library person, ideally a librarian, has started to curate resources that they know are already trustworthy for you. So that's a great place to begin research and where I always ask kids to start. However, a lot of our libraries don't have a lot of recent stuff, and sometimes kids will pick topics that are kind of obscure. So then you'll want to go and to the next phase and probably go to databases, which is basically a database is a collection of resources and articles and books and multimedia that can be searched. And they are already vetted and edited and trustworthy. And so great places to start. And we now have some databases that we can start using in our district this spring. We're finishing up the free trial, and then next year, students will have access to them all year. And so the login will be a little easier. So this year, the login has some funky sign-in stuff, but still available. And you can always just use this slide or write down these username and passwords so kids can have access to them. I also have it on our library webpage, which again, I'll show you too. So to begin with, PebbleGo is a great K-3 database. I love how accessible it is to all levels of readers, even non-readers, and has a lot of your curriculum topics in their many articles, and they're really current. Like, for example, after the inaugural address and Amanda Gorman's speech, they, like, within a week had a biography on Amanda Gorman, video of her speech. So they really try to keep things current in there. So that's pretty cool. And kids, once they get into PebbleGo, they just love learning there because it's super accessible to them. There's activities and games that they can play in there as well. And you'll see on this page, the username for this month is Link Observe, and then it will change on May 1st to Link Whale, but the password will remain the same, love to read. And next year, we won't have to deal with this little hiccup of changing things. It's just we're finishing out the free trial that they gave us. So yeah, so just look for that. And anytime I post materials or resources that take you to PebbleGo, I always try to put the username and password on there. So just a quick look at PebbleGo. When we click over here, it'll always ask you to sign in. And once you do sign in, it will remember your username and password. So I've got it in there. You can just tell it to remember, and then kids don't have to enter it in every time. And right now we have PebbleGo and PebbleGo Next. PebbleGo Next is ideal for grades 3 through 5. And we did not get that for next year because we also got Britannica, which is awesome. And I think it's more robust than PebbleGo Next. PebbleGo, I think, is a sweet thing for our K3s. And so we get to enjoy PebbleGo Next, though, through the rest of this year. So they have different categories here. So when you click on, and you'll notice that it is in English and Spanish, and that's a version we got as well. So we'll see that even next year. So when you click on animals, it'll show you different subgroups, and it reads it aloud to you whenever you're hovering over reptiles. And when you click on a specific card, it'll open up more cards, and lizards. You'll see that lizards even have more within that. If kids know exactly where they're going and what they want to search for, they can just type it in here. And this also has the breadcrumbs of what they've clicked on to get to where they are. So, and
Gecko.
then just so you can see what a card looks like of information, it breaks it down into body, habitat, food, life cycle, fun facts. So it will do that with biographies. It might have like early childhoods and accomplishments. So super easy. They can click this button to have it read aloud, and it's read aloud by a person
Geckos are small lizards. Most
at a pretty even pace that's slow. And as kids are, they can choose to listen to it, or they can read it on their own. And then over here is a link to the Spanish version. And down here, I love that they create citations. So we can teach our students at a very young age that we want to make sure we give credit to where we get the information from, so that as we're writing a report and people are reading our work, then they can say where they got the information is from, so people can see that it's believable and trustworthy information. So they have all these different activities and article things down here. The citation is just a matter of copying it. So if they're using another digital resource like Book Creator to create their animal book, they can just copy and paste it in there. And there is a link right here that they can click that will link to this article. There's video that they could watch. So there's just lots of different resources within here to explore. Super intuitive. Kids get the hang of it right away in my experience with using it with them. So
Pebble
that
Go.
is Pebble Go. And back here in our presentation. So yeah, if you have questions about how to use that or have any issues accessing it, just feel free to reach out to me and I can support you with that. And then next up is Gale in context. And I know a lot of people are like, I don't even know what Gale is. So Gale is basically a resource that we get to use that has it's a database of all they pull different articles for different age groups. And as you click on, whoops, sorry about that. Oh, how come it's not gonna let me go back? There we go. As you click on elementary in context here, you'll see that this is just another great place for students to access. And if you do get, it looks like I already logged in here. If it does bring you to a login page, you'll see like this title, and then it'll say username and password, but underneath that in kind of like a link format, it says login with Clever. And that's how you'll access Gale, is to log in with Clever. So that should be pretty easy because students all know their Clever badge or their 4G username and password. And then they can click on topics down here. They've got a lot of different topics. And again, when you do click on a topic here, it breaks it down into subcategories. And even beyond that, you'll find even more subcategories. So, and then it will break down some North America. So it breaks down the articles with quick facts. You can get some book articles, some news articles, biographies, and magazines. There's pictures down here and some video that they can use. And then this is let's see if they have, I don't think they do, but this is, shows you the reading level. So there's a green one that is the easiest, or maybe I think they have a 1, a 2, and a 3. So you'll just see once you click on the article, it'll say level 1 and level 2. So this is a level 2, and then you can see this, and then you can click it over to level 1 if that's what you need, and it just breaks it down a little simpler. So it just bullets it. And again, it has the citation right down here, so we can always have conversations with our kids about citing our sources and finding trustworthy sources as well. So this is Gale in context. Again, it has the breadcrumbs of how you got to the document that you're on. So if you wanted to go back to North America, the resources that you found there, you could. And you can click keep reading right here and it'll give you more. And again, this will show you this is at a level 3 reading level and this is level 2. You can also have this read aloud to you. And when you read it aloud, this is a digitized voice.
North America. North America is the third largest continent, huge land on Earth.
So you get the idea there. And then you can also change the font. A lot of times it's easier for kids to access text, as you know, if we make it bigger. So they can do that as needed as well. And then it can translate. So you can have it translate the article into a lot of different languages as needed. So that is Gale in Context. Again, they can click up here to search for the very exact topic that they want to see if there's information in there as well. And then we have Gale in Context for middle school and high school, and the links are right here. So middle school is just going to be a little bit more in depth. And again, they can just put their topic in right here. It's not as they do have a menu of things that they can browse all of these different topics. So there's a lot of different research in here, topics for them to get started with. So again, these are all available to us all, and most of the, I think all of the elementary sites have links to this in Destiny Discover for kids to easily access, and the high schools I know all link to this. And if middle schools would like me to link to that, I can, but I'll also show you where you can find all these resources easily in one spot on the library services web page too. So the other resource that we get from Gale is National Geographic Kids. And this is just going to take articles from National Geographic Kids magazines and organizes them. And we also have access to ebooks in here and then their magazines as well. So it's searchable by typing in the topic in here. They can browse magazines, they can explore different topics. So there's a lot of different ways that they can explore. And the reader is within, let's see, yeah, so this is the reader look, and they can just simply scroll through it by flipping through the pages here. And then they can also have one page viewing experience if they want, or 2 pages at a time viewing experience. And the citation is always down here at the bottom. And they can also see a table of contents if they're just looking for, like, I need the habitat of this particular animal. Then they can view the table of contents and click right where they need to go within the book. So that is easy, but this is a short book as well. So it won't have as big of a table of contents as perhaps one of their magazines would. So yeah, so this is National Geographic and Gale in Context. So those are all available to everybody, and we have that for K-12. And then the other database that I'm excited that we're getting is this Britannica school. So I know this district has had it before. We have the trial till the end of the year, and this is our username and password. Brit Eugene is at the bottom. So if you just click on this, it should, there you go. Oh, maybe not. Thought I had it linked, but maybe I don't. Let's fix that for us for sure. It looks like there's no link there. So let me get out of this to show you where that is. I'm gonna bring it down here from this page. Britannica schools. Let's see, where did I put that? Okay, so I'm going to show you how to get there from, oh, I think it's actually at the top of this page. Sorry for the delay. Here it is. I think I linked to it right there. I just didn't put. So you can click on it from the top, and I'll make sure each of those is linked with the correct link. So this will take you, and you just log in. It'll take you to the login page first. I was already logged in, so you can click middle, and it'll open it right up for you and take you to a place where you can search for a specific topic right up here. And it'll give you a whole lot of different article options for you. And you might need to teach kids because obviously it's a football team as well, so you're going to get some different animals, but it'll give you articles. It breaks it down into images and video, and then there's even more options over here. And I love the just the depth of the articles in Britannica. Pretty good information that they give, and is also it'll tell you the reading level. So if you need it to go to a reading level 1, you can just click on it to have that happen. It will also read aloud to you.
Dolphins are small members
It's a
of the
little
whale.
bit digitized, but still works. Gives you some video and images, and always at the bottom of the article. Or actually, I think the citation will be right here on this. So you can grab the citation really quick as well. Print it out, favorite it if you need to bookmark it. You can share it, make it bigger and smaller. So plenty of great resources for K-12 in this as well. And I'm really excited we have this resource. If you need any help with this, please let me know. And I think that I did forget to tell you that back in Nash and Gale and Context, that it integrates really nicely with Google Classroom. So whenever you're in a, let me get you, and this is for all levels as well. Sorry, I'm going backwards here. But if I just click on an article, you'll see you can sign up here with Google Classroom, and then you can use your highlights and notes if you use that in the article, and you can save them all to Google, and they'll just show up in your drive. It'll be like an orange folder in your drive, and it'll show you the article and the highlights and notes that you took directly from there. So it's a really easy tool to connect with in that way. And if you would like a demonstration or want me to come and tell you more about that, I'm happy to do that to help support you in your class. And then, let's see, the last bit, I just wanted to show you this other little quick trick. So I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but just in case you don't, the Google Explorer tool is a really great handy research tool that when you're in a Google Doc, let me open one really quick. It will show you, sorry about that, let me get one open. Thanks for your patience. So once this is loaded fully, you will see down at the bottom, there's a little Explore tool. And when you click that, it opens up a menu on the right, and you can search your document or the web for something that you're interested in. So let's say I'm looking for a butterfly. And I'm going to click butterfly right here, and it will take me to the web, and it will give me what results they found. So I can do some searching right within here for whatever I need. And when I click on one of these articles, so if I click on this, it'll take me to the web version of Britannica, and it opens it up in a new tab. But if I read in this article and then like take a quote from it or summarize from it, I can just take the citation right here. So let's say I say something about butterflies. get over here. And let's say I got that information from this article. I can click this little quote and it'll say cite as a footnote. So you can cite it as a footnote. You'll see the one that comes up there. And when you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you've got an automatic citation footnote down there. You can also search for images right in here. So if I wanted this butterfly, and these are all ready for commercial use, they've all are free and available to use. You can just click the plus image right here and it'll add it directly into your document, and then you can resize it as needed for your document. So, and it'll tell you where you got, it'll automatically have a link to where you got that information from. You can also search your drive. So if you had resources in your drive that you might want to pull from for this paper, you can do that as well. So pretty cool, handy tool in that Google Explorer tool. And I think we're just about done. At the end on this last slide here, I've got just some different resources for you. So if you're like, where are all the links to all of these? There's a link right here to, this is opening up. Oh, there we go. This is just a collection of elementary research tools that I have. And it's a Wakelet, so it's going to take up a little bit more time to load. But in this page, if it does load eventually, sorry about that, it will show you all the resources that I have. So it has National Geographic, it has Gale Context, it has PebbleGo information. Same thing is happening over here for research tools. I also have a lot of different online databases that I pulled together, and both of these links here, even beyond the ones that I shared with you. I have a pool of copyright-free resources for images and clip art resources as well, and then there are student resources as well. It looks like this finally loaded here. So maybe not completely. There you go. So these just have links to the databases that I just shared with you if you want them all in one place, plus some others that might be helpful for if your kids need to go beyond those initial databases. These are other trusted resources to get your kids going with research. So that's the case too with this 6th grade one. And then if you are wondering where all of these are, and if you forget where they are, you can just go to the library services page on our district website. And if you don't know how to get there, you can just type in library services in the search up top and it'll take you there. And over here is a list of student resources that you could use, some more citation tools. And there's also, yes, for all ages. And then if you don't like reading the small print there, at the bottom of the page, sorry, I've got some sluggish. There's student resources, and on this page, it has just a collection of all of the resources that I showed you. So if you forget where anything is, you can find it right here on the library services page. So that is pretty much what I have for you today. If you have questions, always just feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to partner with you. If you need some assistance in getting your students up and running with these resources, I'm more than happy to do that. And yeah, just feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much for joining me today and for your patience with my slow computer. And I hope you have a great day.